What's up, people? I see y'all coming in. I'm gonna give it like another minute or two. See if we get a few more people in. Just gonna try to get a couple more people in. Hopefully, if not, then I get started. Save it, send it later. Hey, somebody type yes if y'all can hear me pretty clearly. Appreciate you, Chrissy. Somebody type yes if you can hear me pretty clearly. Okay, nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Keep this. I want to do the first 15 minutes. Um, I'm just gonna like tell y'all some facts about abs. Um, you know how they made. Are they made in the gym? Are they made in the kitchen? Where are they made? And then the second 15 minutes, I'm gonna open it up for you all to ask me some questions because I know some people, if you're not a fitness professional or you're not skilled with nutrition, you may be oblivious to what that term means because we hear it all the time. So welcome to Tips by Tibbs. This is our abs made in the kitchen. All right. So we hear that term all the time, right? Abs are made in the kitchen. And then people, they say, well, what does that really mean? All right. That means that your diet and nutrition is the most important factor. It's 80-20, right? 80% diet, 20% exercising or movement. The reason why I say or movement, because you can burn calories without working out, without exercising. All right. You can, simply go on a walk. We burn calories just by breathing. I'm sitting here talking to y'all and I'm burning calories. It may be small, but I'm actually burning calories. All right. So some people say that having abs is a genetic thing, or that, I've heard it all the time. Corey, you've always had abs, and I say, well, you have abs too. we all have abs. All right, we all are born with abs. However, for some of us, they just covered up. They covered up with a layer of fat. All right, now how do you get rid of this layer of fat so that your abs can be revealed? It's diet, right? Now, you have to put yourself in a caloric deficit in order to sufficiently burn the calories that you're putting in, right? You have to have more calories going out of your body than going into your body, right? And that's going to start to shed these layers of fat. All right, now you can do that just by going on a simple walk every day. All right, you don't have to, go to the gym and lift all these weights. You don't have to do all that. As long as you're keeping your portions to a minimum according to your body. We're all different. All right, so if you don't know these things, you need to get with a professional or go to your doctor or whatever it is you do to find out what's the proper caloric intake for your body. We all burn calories at different rates. All right. Now, what I want to get to, so speaking of genetics do play a factor when it comes to certain body types of abs showing more than others. Okay, so I'm just going to use myself for example, and a lot of my clients that's on here, they know this already. I can pretty much eat whatever I want, and my abs are gonna still show, right? But that's because of my genetics and my body, right? Now, depending on how I control my diet and increase my activity, my movements, my exercising, they may show more, right? Depending on how deep of a caloric deficit I put myself into, right? So some body types have to get leaner than others for them to really pop and really show. I'm gonna use myself for example again. I don't genetically have big, blocky, deep abs, right? My genetics gives me a bunch of fucking abs. I have I have a lot of obliques that some people they don't really have them. They would have to get extra lean, right? But for me to show my front abs, I have to get extra lean for them to really, really pop. But some people, they can just diet a little bit and boom, they pop. But those are the genetic things that come into factor. But I do want to remind y'all that genetically, we all have abs. Everyone. If you have a big stomach, just know there's some abs underneath there. All right. Which leads me into ab exercises. It really irks me when I look online and I see people selling these 6-week, 8-week, 4-week ab programs and ab exercises, right? They're trying to sell you this, saying, oh, you do these ab exercises, 6 weeks you're going to have abs. That's fucking bullshit. All right? And if somebody in here disagree, whatever. But I'm here to tell y'all that's fucking bullshit. There's no fucking exercises, ab exercises, that's just going to give you abs in 6 weeks. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't control your diet, put yourself in a caloric deficit, shed some body fat, it's not going to happen. So stop buying these 6-week, 4-week ab programs because they're fucking bullshit. All right? What they need to be selling y'all is some 6-week, 8-week nutrition programs and tell you how to correlate that with some exercising to shed your body fat down. That's what they should be selling, but they're not going to tell you that, right? Or these little ab creams, that fucking irks the shit out of me when you see these people rubbing the abs and creams and shit all over their stomach and talking about, oh, it's going to give you abs in about 5 weeks. That's how they got abs. Y'all some fucking liars, man. Because y'all always had abs. If you scroll their fucking pages, they've had abs forever. And then this company going to tell them if you put this on their page and sell it, you know, they'll get paid for it. So they rubbing these creams and shit on their belly. Somehow they going to get fucking bullshit. I'm telling y'all. Let me calm down because that should be irking me. But no, it's diet, movement, exercise. All right. So, all right, body fat percentage. People want to know what body fat percentage you need to get to in order for them to show. Now, it could vary from person to person, but on women, for the general population, to see abs on women, you have to get down to about 14 to 20%. All right. 20% is on the high side where they'll probably be faint on a lady. 14 is on the low side where you're really physically fit. But I do want to tell you, ladies, that when you start dipping into low percentages of body fat, it can actually be unhealthy for you. It will really throw your hormones off. So I don't want you guys to always strive for having abs and being that extra lean for so long. Now, if you have a goal and you want to get down there, take some photos, and look great, show your kids, show your family or whatever, and say that you actually did this or you got a vacation or whatever it is, cool. But don't strive to stay at those low percent body fats, especially for a woman. It's not healthy for you, all right? But to get to abs to showing typically takes, and I get down to 14 or 20%. Now, in men, got to get a little lower because of our testosterone levels. Men, it's about 6 to 13% body fat you have to get to for those abs to really pop and show. 6 on the low side, 13% on the high side, and this goes for men too. Men on the low side, staying at 6% body fat or lower for a long period of time is not healthy. So if you're that lean, you know, you may be looking good, but you're not gonna feel good after a while. All right, 13% on the high side is average. You can enjoy your lifestyle. You'll float between a healthy, a higher body fat and body fat for your abs to show, but you don't want to stay there for that period of time. All right, we all want that beach body, yeah, but staying extremely lean for a long period of time is actually unhealthy. And most people would not tell you that. All right, so I want to recap. It's 80-20. I want you to remember the 80-20 rule. 80% diet, 20% workout. So if you focus on your diet, 80%, control the portions. All right. Oh, and another thing. Stop with the cutting out carbs. Now, eyes may light up right now when I just said that. Stop cutting out carbs. All right. Let me tell you something real quick about carbs. Yeah, I got a little time. Carbs are essential for our source of energy. All right. Now, some people have medical issues and allergies and certain things genetically for their body. But removing carbs from your diet is not the key to getting abs. You can still eat carbs when you actually should. You can still eat carbs and control your body fat and lose weight. All right. Yeah, Chrissy, and muscle development. We need them along with protein. But yes, do not remove carbs. I'm telling you right now, if you remove carbs out of your diet, you're going to feel like shit for one, and your hunger is going to be through the roof. What you need to do is moderate them and regulate them. We just consume too many of them, right? And that's why they say, oh, you got to remove carbs. No, just stop eating so fucking much. That's the problem. All right. If you control and regulate your carbs, in that fashion, you can still obtain your goals. All right. And some of my clients in here, they know that they still eat carbs. They not eat many of them, but they still eat them. You need them for your source of energy. All right, guys. So we're about halfway through. So I want to open up the floor for discussion. I want you guys to ask some questions if you may have them. I'll sit here and look and see. Go ahead and ask some questions, and I'll be happy to answer any of them. Yeah, them fries. And while I'm waiting on them questions, guys, also know this. Some people are genetically gifted and their metabolisms are a lot faster than others. I'll just take myself, for example. I can eat a shit ton of carbs, right? Wake up the next day and look leaner, right? Because that's my body's genetics, and my body burns through calories fast. All right, hold on. If y'all don't know, please listen to Coach Tibbs, Be the Beast. Oh, hey, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Corey. How many pounds does a woman have to lose to get to 14%? Now, see, that question it can't be answered for the general population, right? Because we have all different body types, out there. We have mesomorphs, ectomorphs, endomorphs. I might be getting too scientific, but I'm just going to say there's different body types out there. So you can take a woman that's 5'7" and a woman that's 5'1". The lady that's 5'1" may have to lose 3 to 5 pounds to get to a percentage. The lady that's 5'7" may have to lose 10 to 15 pounds. if that makes sense. So it depends on the individual. So that's why I say you got to know your body type. You have to know your genetics. You have to know everything that goes along for your body. These things that I'm saying does not apply to one individual. This is just a general discussion. What are the best types of carbs to eat? Fruit versus oatmeal. Okay, so that's a very good question. All right, so for me, when I have someone that's has a abundance of weight to lose, you have to make some cuts and you have to make some decisions based on your lifestyle, right? So if I'm going to make a meal plan for you and I'm going to allow you to eat rice and pastas, a lot of the carbs that you like frequently, then I may say, let's remove the fruits, all right? Or I may say, only eat your fruits pre-workout or post-workout when your muscles are going to absorb them the most, all right? So that's a very good question. Oatmeal is a very good carb. You want to stay away from the carbs, refined carbs, just, the bad carbs. Good carbs are okay. You just want to make sure you're inserting them properly throughout your day and based on your lifestyle. I know some people that are, vegetarians and things of that nature, they may use veggies for their source of carbs. Some people on here may not know that, but there's carbs in veggies. There's carbs in everything except water. Okay, yeah, Chrissy, so that makes sense to you. Let's go with the questions. I know y'all heard so many myths. So many myths. Go ahead, just spit them out. There's so many myths out there. And don't just think doing a bunch of cardio and eating zero carbs is the key. No. The key is to have more muscle on your body than fat, ultimately. So you want to be building muscle consistently. Even, women too. You lifting weights, you're not going to look like a man. That is a myth. All right, you're going to look fit. Let me see. Does upping the carbs help when your muscles are flat? Okay, so this is not an ab question. It's just, okay, so yes. If you are wanting a fuller look, you do want to insert higher carb amounts so that you can fill your muscles up with glycogen, but you got to know when to do so. If you got a leg day coming up, you want to insert them so that your muscles are utilizing them properly. You just don't want to be upping your carbs on a non-activity day because that your muscles will not be utilizing them. Your body will not be utilizing them. You'll be burning less, and then that increases your chance to have fat storage. You don't want like spillage. You want the muscles to fill up with glycogen and utilize them, and you don't want them to spill over to where the glycogen is now starting to convert into fat. How important are abs for men's physique? Abs are important for anybody, any category. That's a good question. Any category, men's physique, yeah, you want to have some good defined abs, but that doesn't mean that only doing ab exercises is gonna get that. We talking about diet, the 80-20 rule, 80% diet, 20% exercising. But yeah, Apollo, abs are important for every category when you're talking about. He's talking about bodybuilding, y'all. When you men's physique, he's talking about bodybuilding. It's very important. That's one of the things that we look at. But we know as a judge, everybody can have abs. If you come in lean, everybody can have abs, but when you're looking at the overall physique, you want to have a complete package: shoulders, taper, shoulder to waist ratio, defined back, rear delts. There's so much. All right. Corey says abs versus a flat stomach. So what are you asking with that question, Corey? Are you asking which is better, or how do you get abs versus a flat stomach? What do you mean by that question? I want to see where you're going with that question. Because the most important factor to having a flat midsection is diet. So what are you asking by that question? Oh, which is better? Which is better, abs or a flat stomach? So the answer to that is, what do you prefer your body to look like? That's to your discretion. You know, I know some ladies in particular that I coach. They have no desire to have abs. They don't want the definition in their stomach. They just want it flat. You know, they feel like for them having a flat belly is a sexy, appealing look for them. Some of them say, you know, having the definition with the abs is not appealing for them. So it depends on what you want your body to look like. I personally think that a male should have some abs. You know, if for the beach body, I mean, a flat stomach is more a lady look. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I will tell you, having detailed abs, I don't know if you missed that when I first started, having detailed abs is a bit difficult to maintain year round, depending on your diet. You don't want to stay that lean where your abs are that popping for so long, because your body fat percentage is going to be so low, it throws your hormones out of whack. And especially on women, man, I see it so much on women. That's why I created a supplement called W Balance. It balances out women's hormones, because women can lose their cycles when their body fat's so low. Man, there's so much that can happen. We as humans are supposed to have a little bit of fat on us, a little bit. It's healthy. Do the judges? Wait, hold on. How do the abs for women play a role in the athletic division opposed to bikini? It's a good question, Apollo. So that depends on. I know you compete in the NFF, so I'm gonna speak on that because it varies per organization. But in the athletic division, we want the women a little bit more harder, a little bit. We want the muscle bellies to be more rounder. In the bikini, we want them to have muscle, but it's slightly softer. It's a very thin line in the athletic division of bikini. But if you in the athletic division, you want them to come in a little bit more rounder muscle bellies and a little bit harder. In bikini, you don't want them overly soft, but it's a little bit softer. All right. So Christy says, do the judges like flat or cut up abs for women's divisions? Okay, so that's a good question. It depends on the division, and it depends on the organization you're competing in, what the judges are looking for. I know as a judge, for me, in a bikini division, I don't want big blocky abs on a bikini competitor. I want a nice, I want definition, but I don't want big blocky abs. I just want them more flat and a hint of definition to show their conditioning. Now in another division, when you're getting up to figure and all that, I want abs detailed. All right, let's see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I hope that answered the question on that. It depends on the division and how we want you to look. Definitely in figure, we want them abs popping. Bikini, you just want, we want to see that you're in shape, but we don't want you looking like a figure athlete. The athletic division is like a hybrid in between. You gotta come with, a bikini kind of body, but you want those muscle bellies to be nice and round, a little bit harder. So so my advice to somebody that's competing in both, you got to know when the division is going on stage, because if the bikini's first, cut the carbs back, go on stage, look a little softer, and then get off stage and start eating. So them and do some push-ups so that the muscles fill up and get harder. Athletic is somewhat like wellness. Quiet. Sorry, that's my dog. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say athletic is like wellness. That's something. Wellness is completely different, because wellness, they don't want you looking that hard either. They just want your lower body to be bigger and more bulkier. So that's a little bit different. We still got a couple minutes, y'all. Throw out some questions. Again, we all have abs. Everyone has abs. They just covered. They just covered with fat. We all have them. You got to diet down to reveal them. Throw some questions out there, y'all. I appreciate you guys actually engaging and having some questions. This makes the live a lot easier for me, and I hope this was informative. Again, on women, typically 14 to 20% body fat you need for your abs to show. That's typically. And men is 6% to 13% body fat. All right, you want to bring that body fat percentage down for them to start showing. And some of us have to get overly lean for them to show. I know myself, like for my abs to come in really detailed and popping, I gotta get down in weight that I'm uncomfortable. I can't even have a goddamn burger if I want mine to be stage ready. Let's see, how often should you do ab workouts? That's a very good question. Very good question. I'm glad that you asked that, because I wanted to throw that out there. So doing ab workouts are definitely essential to having a strong core and a strong base. All right, a strong core is so essential, and this is why when I work out, I engage my core when I do exercises and movement. I don't do specific ab workouts dedicated to abs. I engage my core. But doing certain ab workouts, if you enjoy them, I don't enjoy them. They're boring to me, so I do them when I'm working out. But if you enjoy doing them, they're very essential to having a strong core. But they're not gonna give you abs unless you diet down. All right. But when you get leaner to where they're showing, when you do ab workouts, you can shape them and define them more. But they only gonna show while you're super lean. Because when you start eating again, bye-bye. All right. I'm a huge proponent of body weight ab exercises instead of weighted. Okay. Can you speak to the athletes that do weighted movements and your general recommendations? Okay. I like that, Apollo. I don't do weighted ab workouts. I just spoke to that. When I'm doing my exercises, let's say I'm doing a simple standing cable chest fly. While I'm doing that, obviously I'm working my chest, I'm engaging my chest, but I'm actually tightening up my core throughout all those reps to give them contraction. All right, that's just one. Or I may do if I'm doing a back exercise, I'm tightening up my core and keeping them constricted and contracted throughout every rep, right? This is strengthening my core. All right. Putting weights on my stomach and doing weighted, it's just not my thing. But it's not a bad thing. But so to answer that, I'm just gonna say it's a matter of preference. All right. One is not better than the other. One doesn't outweigh the other. You know, some people may not get anything out of how I do it, so you gotta add some weight, and vice versa. I know at my age, in my 40s, I don't need much weight for the shit to work for my body. What about smokers that get the munchies? Oh shit. Hey, if you see, you gonna ask me that question, and I'm gonna tell your ass to eat some carrots or some celery sticks. You're gonna be like, get your ass out of here. No, all jokes aside, some good healthy snacks. I tell my people you can cut up an apple, put a little peanut butter on that. You can do little small pieces of pita bread with some hummus. You don't want to eat the whole damn pita. You know, just kind of snack on it a little bit. There's so many healthy snacks. Like I said, you can do some carrots and some hummus. Carrots, peanut butter is a good one. Some people might be like, you can do some fruit for a snack. You know, some grapes, pears, different things like that. Just stay away from the chips. You know what people snack on that they got to be careful with. There's two things. They snack on almonds and they snack on pretzels. All right. People may be like, well, almonds are healthy. They are healthy, right? Almonds are very high in calories, right? You could eat a third cup of almonds, which is maybe like 10 to 15 almonds. It's like not even a handful, and that's 140 calories. All right. So be careful with those almonds. They're a healthy snack. They're good. It's a good healthy fat. But be careful with them. Just don't be snacking on almonds all day. You know, you have 2 servings of almonds. That's a whole meal in calories. So be careful with that. And pretzels, be careful with those. They're not bad for you, but they're high, because they're high in salt. They're saltless ones, of course. But then you're just pretty much eating carbs. Like, so if you're trying to restrict yourself and get some abs showing, you may not want to just be snacking on pretzels all day. Let's see. You have any... King Dolo, what up, bro? You have any trainers out south? I might. I could check. Send me a DM. What's your name? No feelings. MR No feelings. Send me a DM, so that I could check on that for you. I might know somebody that I can recommend to you. All right. Do you think the vacuum pose should be mandatory and classic? Good question, Apollo. Oh yeah, Vicky. Cashews too. The same with the same lines with the almonds. But the vacuum pose, I'm gonna say no. Here's why. That is a pose that genetically everyone can't do. So if you make a vacuum pose, if you make the vacuum pose mandatory, and genetically someone can't physically do it, then they just can't do classic. So now you're gonna tell them they need to gain 50 pounds and go up to bodybuilding? No. However, I think the vacuum pose should be allowed, so they can set you apart if you can do it. And I'm gonna be quite honest. Some vacuum poses, some vacuums don't look good on certain people, so they just shouldn't do it. But that was a good question, bro. Okay. I got about 2 more minutes, y'all, because I don't want to I don't want to talk y'all ear off, because I'm good at that. So go ahead, spit these questions out. I got about 2 more minutes. Our abs made in the kitchen. 80%, yeah, 80-20 rule. 80% diet, 20% exercise. I just want to add too, some of us have to work a lot harder than others. You know, like take myself for example again. It's just a genetic gift. I could lose about 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds in a week, in maybe a week and a half. You know, all I gotta do is cut out a couple things and my body will drop about 20 pounds rather quickly. And some people could just look at a fucking donut and just gain 10 pounds. So you gotta know your body. So all these things that I'm saying, they don't apply 100% to everybody, but there's just a foundation for you to build out of and find yourself. You got to find how your body works. You know, I take women for example. Some women on their cycles will gain about 10 pounds, right? But so it's just the genetics of their bodies and their hormones, and you got to know how you should be eating during those periods too. So yeah, you guys got to know your bodies. If you don't know your bodies, get with a professional that can sit with you and help you, because they may know some things that can help you out for your body, or they may come along. You hire them; they can study what's going on with your body and then help you start understanding certain things. Yes, your doctor can tell you some things, but when it gets deep down to somebody who's riding with you every day and monitoring your weight, monitoring how different foods work, I can sit up here and tell you guys, eat these type of carbs, eat this type of protein, drink this much water, and you go do that, and it may fuck your body up because it just don't work for you. So again, you got to find out what works for your body. But consistency will let you know that, right? If you're doing something over an extended period of time consistently, you'll find out how your body's going to react to it. But if you're not consistent, if you're doing it for a couple days and then 3 more days you're over here eating some bullshit, and then you're like, okay, I'm back on it on Monday, and then by Thursday you fucking up again, and then you ain't going to find out nothing about your body but that you gaining some goddamn weight. All right, 1 more minute, ma'am. Lee, any more questions before I log off of here, man? Any more questions? I appreciate y'all. Tips by Tibbs. Tips by Tibbs. We'll be doing this every week, every Monday at 12 noon. Every other week, I'm going to try to have a guest on. So this week was just me, Q&A. Next week, I'm going to work on getting a guest. So if anybody want to be a guest, hit my DMs, let me know. We'll figure something out. And I don't see any questions coming through. So I want to thank y'all for joining me on y'all lunch period, lunch break at work on Tips by Tibbs on this Abs Made in the Kitchen. All right. See y'all next week.